Honestly, I think A Quiet Place should be done. The trilogy stopped. I think we're good. But I think we're going to milk this franchise. Chase Lehocky here at the Blue Futon reviewing A Quiet Place Day 1 4DX. Before I talk about this movie, let's talk about how people need to go into movie theaters. All right, 3, 2, 1. Shut the fuck up. This is called A Quiet Place. So shut the fuck up. Okay, sure, I can understand some rattling of the popcorn bucket, rattling of like the Twizzlers. Sure. If it's going to last 7 seconds, that's fine. But when it's constant, or there's a person next to me with a cell phone, or there's a couple next to me that won't shut the fuck up, and they're speaking Spanish, and I don't care if you're speaking English or Spanish, shut the fuck up. It is called A Quiet Place. I'm in a 4DX theater. Yes, because I have the unlimited pass, it's $8 a movie ticket. But if you don't, it's like $24. Be respectful. Holy shit balls. All right, so I'm talking about the 4DX first. It's fine. I think they did a lot of smoke effect and more water effects. Of course, water effects because you're going through the subway and things are flooding, and there's also rain effects. For the smoke effect, because of rubble coming down off the buildings, and it does a lot of that, and it is a lot. And I think sometimes it does hinder the movie experience because, cool, I can't really see what the actor and actress is doing in the smoke or dust, and now you're adding more smoke and dust. Now I don't know what the fuck is happening whatsoever. And then when it comes to the movement of the seats for this one, yeah, every time it was the action set piece and every time there's like a jump scare, it would move the seat here and there. But it was nothing sparring, nothing sprawling. What I'm making up words. It's 1 in the freaking morning. But I think it's fine, but it's nothing that makes you want to spend the extra money. I don't think it needs to be. All right, as a movie, I enjoyed it, but after watching this one, Quiet Place 1, 2, back to back to back, this one is the weakest one in my opinion. Not because of the acting, not because of the writing or directing, just because I feel like maybe the franchise is running its toll. Because there was a good comment, I think Sean Baker in my comment section did say, someone was saying that the quietness is kind of getting old. I could kind of see that because there are elements now where it's one of the things where it's like, okay, they're day one, right? And people automatically know now, shut up, shut up, shut up. So now I'm thinking about Quiet Place, the original one, where at the 474 day mark, no one in the world figured out how to do the earpiece, like having the right frequency. I would think that would be something that at least the world would have thought of like in the first month. So watching this movie and try to connect all the different things, it makes you like have a little bit of plot holes throughout part 1, part 2, and day 1. So, oh my god, my dog just burped. So there are little things like that. But I'm not going to call this a horror movie because there wasn't any horror-esque elements. I'd say there's probably 2-ish jump scares. This is more of a thriller with emotion to it. And I think the emotion does, make the story better to a point. Also, this whole movie is about getting pizza. I know that sounds like really this is about getting pizza. I do think the director has something with food because the director also did direct Pig, and that is a Nicolas Cage movie based in Portland, Oregon. And so I think would have been hysterical if the actors in this movie wanted French toast instead of pizza. But that is just me going off on a freaking whim. But I think the character design, you could tell they had a lot more budget in this movie. And I think maybe that hinders the movie at the same time. Because when rewatching 1 and 2, it felt real. It felt practical. It felt like CGI was only used when it needed to be. Here, CGI was used a little bit more than it needed to be. I understand they had to do it for like the bridge collapsing. I understand that they had to do it for cars flipping. But at a point, And I know that you're in the big city and you can't do it like that. But it took me out of the movie knowing that the first two went such gritty, down in the weeds, down in the dirt. And this one said, hey, let's push that budget 2 times and just add more CGI effects that really are cool, but doesn't enhance the story. The 2 actors, Lupita Nyong'o, I'm probably saying her name 100% wrong. I'm white. I'm sorry, but she's a fantastic job in this movie. The British guy, really good as well. There are some supporting characters like the nurse, really good in this movie as well. When there is action, it's really good. The tension is there. But I'd say the action set pieces are all in the trailer. So that really hinders it because this movie is a lot of walking simulator in the quietness. And I could see that some people were kind of getting antsy at the same time because they're just thinking, okay, they're just walking through the city. Oh, we gotta get medicine. It's almost like side quests in this movie. Like, there's a side quest. All right, the main quest, run away from the monsters. All right, side quest, get some medicine. Another side quest, get the pizza. Another side quest, get the cat. And there's also things in this movie now I think about. There's one main scene where he's trying to get a cat and it's showing these monsters eat these pods. First I thought it was like an egg, like alien, but it's actually a pod. Now I'm curious like where do these pods come from and why are they eating spider webs? They don't explain that. And maybe there is probably going to be a 4th one and it's going to be like day 600 and it's going to be almost like that Fallout / Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes where people have been in a cellar trying to figure out everything and we're going to get a huge exposition in the 4th movie, but I'm just making shit up, honestly. Like I said, some negatives are, keep going with the positives, the emotion is there. I do think the chemistry between the actors and actresses are pretty freaking sweet. Technically, like I said, it looks good. Something about it though, like I said, maybe watching all these movies back to back to back hinders the experience because like I said, it's going to be a 90, 80, and I'll probably tell you right now, it's probably going to be roughly wait, you're going to have to wait for that. But I just feel a little bit of a downgrade going through it, watching it back to back to back. But that's not saying none of these are bad movies. They're all still solid, but I just felt like I was missing something in this one. It's hard for me to grasp on it. Maybe it was the tension wasn't as predominant in this one, but there was no kids to make stupid decisions. So that's also a positive there. But overall, the 40X, you probably don't need to spend the extra hard-earned cash on it. It's fun on a little bit, but it's nothing bombastic like Bad Boys. Bad Boys was 100% worth it. The story, it's good. I think the characters are fantastic. I think the set pieces are really good. But again, used to Quiet Place 1 and 2 being such in the woods and being in practical locations, this felt more sound stagey. And I understand it's day 1, so it has to be more bombastic. But it did take the heart and soul of the family kind of out. So A Quiet Place, day 1, will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futon, which goes at 70%. So let's see the critics' news scores gave this one. So critics, 84% with 154 of them. Audience score, 72% with 500. So according to both, this is the weakest. Critic consensus. Grounded in raw humanity by Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn, this sideways entry into A Quiet Place finds fresh notes of fright to play among its silence. And like I said, it's a Quiet Place movie. Shut the fuck up in the movie theater. 72, 84, 70. Chase Lock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. All things Bhutontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I can watch stay tomorrow, week, from now, month, and a year from every single one of you. And if you don't like my cussing, I'm sorry. I had a rant.